beautiful peeps. Welcome to Out the Brew Cupboard Chatty Ramble with me, Carly of Bardware. Hello and welcome to our Beltane Chatty Ramble. Beltane already. Oof. That's gone a bit quick, hasn't it? So obviously Beltane is May Day. And the start of summer. So that means a lot of things. Earth is warming up well and truly. It's also a fire ceremony, fire ritual. Also the fertility as well. So we're heading towards the height of summer. Everything's a bit warmer. Can run around with less clothes on. That's always very helpful. That helps massively. So yeah, wonderful Beltane. So what did you do for Beltane? I know there's a big parade that goes on down in Padstow. It's become quite a big thing now. I know that seem to be a lot of people sat up on top of Glastonbury Tor. Looking at the wonderful social media, lots of people sat up there. So what did you do for Beltane? Well, even if you didn't do a lot, as long as you acknowledged that it was happening and you understood that it was happening, then great, perfect. But yeah, very interesting. It's actually one of the, along with Halloween, but obviously people don't realise they're celebrating Halloween. It's one of the few pagan celebrations that have stood independently, which is cool. So obviously May Day has stayed. Yeah, wonderful thing. So Beltane's blessings to you all. Happy May Day, wherever you may well be. And I hope you're having a goodie. Also, I wanted to bring up something else that's quite interesting, and there's a few people have been talking about it lately. And we interviewed a lady just recently called Kate Arbuckle on the radio show about inner goddess and owning your own power and jumping off the hamster wheel. And I was talking to two very good friends of mine who I've known for some 30 years. And two of us are sort of, I suppose, living the dream or enabling ourselves to have some family time and do some things that we really want to do. And one of us is still plugging away 9 to 5, working with figures and stuff. And she really wants to jump off that hamster wheel and have more time with her animals and her family. And I said to her, just do it. Just do it. Just do it. You just have to do it, because the thing is, if you don't do it, you'll never do it. And I think that's really important. I think sometimes, and funny enough, I've just had a conversation with somebody today about someone else has had something happen to them and realised that actually life does run away with you very, very quickly. And you need to start doing things that you enjoy doing. And this is one thing I've tried to say to my kids. Don't leave it till you're the age of your mum when you suddenly realise how important stuff is and that you have to be happy. So I think, word of advice to anybody who's sat there wondering about, I don't want to do these figures and numbers. I don't want to be sat in front of a computer screen. Have a serious think about what you really want to do. And then eke it bit by bit into your life. Whether or not you increase it on weekends or knock down to doing only 4 days a week or finish earlier. Go to work and finish earlier. Because obviously we all still need to live and eat and have a roof over our heads and stuff like that. And sometimes taking that leap because you've got bills to pay, or you've got a lifestyle you've been used to. But if it's making you unhappy or you wish for something else, then take that leap, make it happen, especially now in Beltane. Now's a time as good as any. Put down those things to make it happen. I was listening to two wonderful people. One is a really good friend, and another is a lady I've been following. So Mitch Garlington and Hannah McIntyre's readings for the week and the readings for the month are phenomenal. And there is all about this moving forward and this taking this leap and setting down these and finishing what you've started and doing projects that you really want to do and completing them. So I think now's time is as good as any. Don't get stuck on this hamster wheel. Don't get stuck, as Kate Arbuckle says, on this hamster wheel. She does a brilliant book called Hamster Wheel to Happiness. Don't get stuck, because before you know it, you'll be another 20 years down the line. So if you want something to happen, you want to change something, you want to do something, do it now while you still can. Don't do I'll do it next year, or I'll do it in 2 years' time. I've set myself a goal, it's going to be 2 years' time. Now's as good as time as 2 years' time. You might have to work a bit harder at it now because you might not have the finances, but it doesn't matter. You've got to plod along for 2 years. Just do it. Just jump. Even if it's take off a day a week and go and do something you want to do, or do nothing, or whatever. Just reduce your hours, take a day off, work from home rather than work from the office, that type of thing. But you've got to do it, and you've got to do it now, and you've got to believe in your inner you. If I could go back and tell my younger self, what I've learned as I've come along my path in my world, is I would go back and tell my younger self to just realise how strong you really are, and believe in yourself more than you do, and to make sure you are happy, because money is not everything, and to not take the crap in a nice way, not to be walked over, and learn from your gut instincts, learn from that. If you know it's not going to be right, don't keep plugging away at it. If it's not going to be right, change it. So if I could give my younger self some old lady, not quite verging on crone, but old lady information, it would be believe in yourself a lot more than you do. Because we're all in there, and we've all got that ability to be really strong, and we doubt it all the time. And I think we need a little bit more, the Spice Girls went on about it all the time, a little bit of girl power, and standing in your truth and standing for what you believe in. And I don't mean going out there and chaining yourself to railings and protesting. I just mean a little bit more looking after yourself and standing up for yourself a little bit more. And you don't have to do this by force, and you don't have to be some politician. You can just be a little bit more, this isn't really what I want to do. No, you're not going to talk to me like that. I'm just as good as anyone else here. And I think that's really important, because a lot of people get knocked down from it. And it really does knock you from six. It really does make you feel undervalued. And by no means should we feel undervalued. We have come such a long way as women, generally in the human race. We have a lot more now than we've ever had before. We can be outspoken. We can talk about things. We can express how we feel. We don't have to sit in the corner and be quiet. We can stand up in Parliament. We can stand up and talk in the street. We don't get told to sit down and behave ourselves in the corner. So why aren't we using that every day? Why do we allow ourselves into relationships with people, either at work or at home, or where we have to we have to sit in the corner and be quiet. Sometimes you do have to, button your lip, because sometimes arguing isn't as good. But as long as you know you're right, you don't always have to argue it. It doesn't mean you get suppressed. And it doesn't mean you're having an easy life. What it means is you just step up a gear and go, okay, that's how you feel. This is how I feel. It's an opinion. That's my opinion. That's your opinion. We're not going to argue about it. And that's how you deal with it. You don't suppress yourself. Don't let yourself get suppressed. Don't let your energy get capped. Be strong and free-minded enough to stand on your own 2 feet and go, I'm here, this is me. And own that power. So that is a very mild 10-minute chatty ramble for today. So I hope you are having a good one. Hopefully I will catch up again with you all soon. We're now on episode 10. That's gone on really quickly. I'm quite impressed. So yeah, episode 10. Hope everything is marvellous. Hope you're enjoying the chatty rambles. Please do drop us a message or drop me a message. And you can either find Bardway or Frog Lane on Facebook. You could also find me on YouTube, Instagram. Where else am I? Oh, I'm all over the place. But you can message me on Bardway or froglane@gmail.com. and get in touch with me that way, or Facebook message me if there's anything that you would like to hear in the future, or just drop a message. I think you could drop a message on the podcast. But yeah, if there's anything you'd like to hear in the future. So hope you're all well. Believe in the inner you, believe in your inner goddess, and stand proud, ladies. Stand proud. It is May Day. It is Beltane. Let's be up and at 'em. I actually heard a really good saying today. And this is going to be my new go-to at the minute. It's called chin up and tits out. I love it. Absolutely love it. So, seeing that little logo today, chin up, tits out, ladies. And I will catch up with you all soon. Lots of love to you all. Bye.